The Golden Age of the Muslim world, also called the Islamic Golden Age, was a period of remarkable scientific, cultural, and intellectual flourishing that roughly spanned from the 8th to the 14th centuries, with its peak during the Abbasid Caliphate, 7501-258. This era transformed the Islamic world into the leading center of knowledge and innovation globally, profoundly shaping the foundations of modern civilization. The Islamic Golden Age was a time when the Muslim world became a center of learning, science, and culture, not because of war or power alone, but because of curiosity, open-mindedness, and the love of knowledge. It lasted roughly from the 8th century to the 13th century CE, though its influence continued long after. This was not a time of darkness, as some in the West once claimed. It was, in fact, a bright light in human history. To understand this period, we must first look at the world around it. While much of Western Europe was stuck in what is often called the Dark Ages, a time of weak governments, little schooling, and slow progress, the Muslim world was thriving. Cities like Baghdad, Cairo, Cordoba, and Samarkand were filled with libraries, hospitals, schools, and scholars from many backgrounds. People did not just study religion, they studied math, medicine, astronomy, philosophy, and engineering. They translated Old Greek, Persian, Indian, and even Chinese texts into Arabic. Then they improved them. The Golden Age began around 750 CE, when the Abbasid Caliphate took control of the Islamic Empire. The new rulers moved the capital to Baghdad, a city built to be a center of knowledge. They built the House of Wisdom, a giant library and research center, where scholars from all over the world came to work. They included Muslims, Christians, Jews, Zoroastrians, and others. Language was not a barrier. If you had a good idea, you were welcome. One of the greatest achievements was in mathematics. A Persian scholar named Al-Khwarizmi wrote books that introduced algebra to the world. The word algebra comes from his book's title. He also helped bring Indian numbers, what we now call Arabic numerals, 0, 1, 2, 3, to the West. Before this, Europeans used Roman numerals I, 2, 3, which made math very hard. With Arabic numerals, people could do complex calculations for trade, building, and science. In medicine, doctors like Al-Razi and Ibn Sina, known in the West as Avicenna, wrote books that became standard textbooks in Europe for over 500 years. Ibn Sina's The Canon of Medicine described diseases, how to diagnose them, and how to treat them, including the idea that germs could spread illness. He also wrote about mental health, which was rare at the time. Hospitals in Baghdad and Damascus were advanced. They had separate wards for different illnesses, trained nurses, and even pharmacies. Astronomy was another field where Muslim scholars shone. They built observatories to watch the stars. Al-Battani improved the way we measured the length of a year. He was more accurate than the Greeks. Muslim astronomers also made star maps that were used by European explorers centuries later. They invented tools like the astrolabe, which helped sailors find their way at sea. Engineering and technology also advanced. Water clocks, windmills, automatic machines, and irrigation systems were designed and built. In Cordoba, Spain, the streets were lit with oil lamps. There were public baths, clean water systems, and even paper mills, because Muslims learned how to make paper from China and spread the idea to Europe. Philosophy and science were not separated from religion. Many scholars believed that studying nature was a way to understand God's creation. So, they asked questions. Why do stars move? How does the body heal? What is the nature of matter? They did not just accept old answers. They tested, measured, and argued. This was the spirit of science. Now, compare this to Western Europe during the same time. From about 500 to 1000 CE, Europe was recovering from the fall of the Roman Empire. Most people could not read. Books were rare and expensive. Learning was mostly kept in monasteries. And even there, the focus was on religion, not science. Universities did not exist yet. The idea that a woman or a non-Christian could be a scholar was almost unheard of. Meanwhile, in Baghdad, a Jewish doctor could work alongside a Christian translator and a Muslim mathematician, all under one roof. The decline of the Golden Age began slowly, around the 12th century. One reason was political. The Abbasid Caliphate weakened. Cities were attacked. In 1258, the Mongols destroyed Baghdad. The House of Wisdom was burned. Thousands of books were thrown into the Tigris River. The ink turned the water black. It was a terrible loss. Other reasons included rising conservatism. Some religious leaders began to say that studying philosophy or science was dangerous. that it might lead people away from faith. This made it harder for new ideas to grow. Trade routes changed. The rise of European powers also shifted the center of learning westward. But here's what I believe. The Golden Age did not truly die. It was hidden, not gone. The knowledge it created did not disappear. It was copied, carried, and taught in Europe. When Europeans finally began to build universities in the 12th and 13th centuries, they used Arabic books. They translated them into Latin. The science of Al-Razi became the medicine of Paris. The math of Al-Khwarizmi became the foundation of European commerce. So, the Islamic Golden Age was not just a Muslim story, it was a human one. It reminds us that progress does not come from one race, religion, or region. It comes from openness, from asking questions, from listening to others, from respecting knowledge, no matter where it comes from. Today, many countries in the Muslim world are again investing in science and education. There are new universities, space programs, and research centers. The spirit of the Golden Age is not dead. It is waiting to be revived. I think we should remember this period not just as history, but as a lesson. The world does not advance because of walls, it advances because of bridges. The scholars of the Islamic Golden Age built bridges between cultures, between ancient and modern thought, between faith and reason. We need more of that today, in a time when people often divide themselves by religion, language, or nationality. The Golden Age shows us another way. It says, your ideas matter, your questions are valuable, and if you work with others, even those who are different, you can change the world. That is the true legacy of the Islamic Golden Age, not just the books, the tools, or the discoveries, but the belief that knowledge belongs to all of humanity.